Social media can be such a useful tool for spreading compassion, for getting practical help where it is needed, for genuinely serving the cause of animals. Today we have a lot of people on social media, and social media could have been and should be a wonderful opportunity to share. We can share treatments, we can share information about helplines, about ambulances, we can give messages out and get it to remote parts of the city, town, even in other parts of India when an animal is in distress. So social media can be such a useful tool for spreading compassion, for getting practical help where it is needed, for genuinely serving the cause of animals. But more often than not, on any and every group that I belong to, it's really tragic and very saddening to see how much everyone uses social media to maybe badmouth, maybe to not understand the problems of a shelter, maybe to criticize more than help. Every time we criticize a shelter or any effort made to help an animal, we actually bring all of us down. We actually land up doing a lot of harm to the cause of animal welfare. I think instead of criticizing, what one should do is say, look, I noticed that you couldn't be very clean. I noticed you seem to need some things. Is it that you don't have enough money for detergents, or you don't have enough of manpower? And then go there and give 1 hour of your time and scrub that shelter clean. If you feel that place is not clean enough, donate. Donate newspapers and clothes and detergents. Help that place become what you want it to be. What's upsetting here, and if you think very calmly about it, is a sort of abnegation, a giving up of your responsibility. If you are going to criticize the effort that other people are putting in, whether it is to a shelter, whether it is to dog feeding in the street, whether it is to setting up a small shack somewhere to take care of animals, if you're going to criticize that effort, remember, you've just earned yourself a responsibility. You should then be contributing. You should then be participating. You should then be actively trying to improve that situation. Simply criticizing is just not healthy. I would even say it shows a lack of something. Now, mind you, much criticism comes from compassion. All of us feel very injured when we see a bad situation in the street or a bad situation in a shelter, and we are immediately fired up and we feel that this should be made public to the world. This is really bad. These guys are not doing a good job. Sit down, think about it, reflect. These people mean no harm. They are only trying to help. How about instead turn your anger and whatever emotions you're feeling into something positive? Say, look, I noticed the things here seem to be not going the way you would have wanted it to go. What can I do? What can my friends do? What can all of us come and participate and do? Honestly, I think we have to channel our compassion into things positive all the time. It's always easier to criticize than to contribute. And therefore, after 40 years of doing this work, I honestly want to appeal to everyone. If you're feeling angry or upset about a situation, try to make it better. Don't go on social media and simply lambast that person. Sometimes you kill the motivation of that person. Sometimes you make it impossible for that person to work. But then how have you contributed to the situation? Have you really improved the situation for the animal in the street? If you give it enough thought, you perhaps haven't. You've only brought down something that someone was trying to do. So why don't we all act a lot more constructive with our social media than we have been doing perhaps in the last 5 or 6 years, that the groups have multiplied, WhatsApp groups have multiplied, and we can all just stop trying to criticize each other and become a lot more constructive and be as affectionate to each other as we are trying to be to the animals. Thank you very much.